Hi, I'm Carol Jurgensen-Sheets, aka Carol the Coach. And if you have a sex addiction, if you're fearing that that could be something that is unmistakably a part of your life, I want you to know that there are many things you can do for self-improvement and to work on managing this devastating issue. Now, I've been working with sex addicts since 2009. I'm a certified sexual addictions therapist. And I want you absolutely to be assured that we have gotten the training that we've needed to help you with your problem. And it's also essential that you know how to get help for your family, for your loved ones. You know, when I work with divorced dads, their kids usually know what the issues are, and so I bring them into family therapy. If I work with married couples, I work with them in the coupleship, and I work with them individually. I like to refer out when there's somebody in my area that I know will do a good job, because this is a specialized problem and it requires specialized help. Today I want to talk to you about the disclosure. Now, more than likely, you have been telling your partner, your wife, or your husband as little as possible about what's going on in your life because you haven't wanted to traumatize him or her. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to say her. So she has more than likely asked you to come clean. And you really have thought about, what do I need to tell her? What do I think will be helpful? What will help me get things off my chest? And what will help her to begin to heal? And you've done the best you could with that. But the disclosure process, which is where you tell everything, really should be facilitated by someone who is a specialist and knows how to do it. I mean, literally. That needs to be something that you and your therapist work on. It may take a week. It may take a session or two. It may take 4 or 5 sessions, depending on how severe the sexual addiction is. Because I would want to help you get clean and go through every possible nook and cranny in your life so that nothing else ekes out. Because I'm telling you, when more information ekes out next week, next month, next year, next decade, it wounds the partner over and over and over again, and it chips away at her soul. So the process has to be very well done. It should be with a CSAT or an APSAT. That's a certified partner who has learned how to work with partner trauma. It's a trauma specialist, a certified partner trauma specialist. And it really makes all the difference in a good, clean disclosure. Then I work with the partner or another APSAT certified partner specialist works with the partner. And together they come up with questions that they want to ask. And then they get those questions to myself so that the addict knows exactly what kinds of things she's going to want from him. And he can also put those things down in his disclosure so that he has answered all of her questions and provided all of his information. Now, there's some simple basic guidelines. Like, this disclosure should happen in a therapist's office. And if the partner has a therapist, she should feel free to bring her therapist with her. And together, you as the addict go over all those issues with your wife. And then your wife should be allowed to ask additional questions at the end of that disclosure. Perhaps it's jogs some more things that she has inside of her to ask you. This helps prevent her asking you questions tomorrow, next week, the following day. So she gets to ask all the questions. And then, hopefully, she has put together a list of 4, 5, 6, 10 questions that she's going to want you to know for a polygraph test that occurs 24 hours after your disclosure. And she tells you what those questions are, and you get to know them, you get to answer them. Have you been with any other women that you've not told me about? Or have you shared every bit of information you know? Have you ever made advances towards our children? Are you involved in any other behavior that I haven't thought of? Are you lying to me? You get the gist for these kinds of questions. And so oftentimes what happens is that it will jog a little more information in you so that you can come clean again in that session before the two of you walk out, go to your separate cars, and stay separated until the polygraph test. Then you two meet back at the polygrapher's office. Oftentimes he meets with both of you, and then the partner goes and sits outside while the polygraph test is administered. Then you come back in and you find out how accurate and how honest the sex addict has been. And I got to tell you, in 99.9% of the cases, that sex addict is honest. He's wanting to build trust. I know you are. I know you're wanting to reestablish a good relationship with your wife. You're wanting a second chance at making it right. And that's why you're going through this hell, as is she. Okay, then what we typically say is a polygraph test should occur every 4 to 6 months thereafter for at least 2 to 3 years, just to help build that trust in your partner, as well as it helps to hold you accountable. So that's a little bit about the disclosure process. Trust me, I have not gone into all the details. I just want to give you an overview so that you can seek help if you need that process in your relationship. This is not to bust you. It is to build trust, set the score straight, keep the two of you working forward, moving forward, and building trust again. I am Carol the Coach, a.k.a. Carol Jurgensen Sheets, and I am so honored to be able to give you this information. Feel free to email me at carol@carolthecoach.com, and together we can help you to have what I call a redo, to redesign your life and be the person that you've always wanted to be. Thank you.